What's up? Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Welcome to my car. So this is going to be a weird set because I'm usually when I perform, I'm not operating a vehicle. But unprecedented times call for unprecedented measures. What a word, huh? Unprecedented. I feel like that word really had a good year this year. Unprecedented. It was in every single commercial, every single public statement by all these big companies and stuff. I feel like if you bought stock in the word unprecedented in early 2020, you're a made man these days, my guy. I'll tell you what. Shit, cop. It was in every single commercial. It doesn't matter what business it was. Commercial would start, there'd be a bunch of people in labs with PPE, and it would say, amidst these unprecedented times, it's important we stick together. Kush King Bong Cleaner Solution. The last 10 months have been extremely strange. I feel like I've been a part of a government study on whether or not weed can get boring. And the answer may shock you. No, it does not get boring. I find new ways to love weed every couple of hours. Got the dispensaries now. The dispensaries are all over. They deliver the weed to your house in a big van that says, a drug addict lives in your community. It feels like that. That's what it feels like it's saying. It's very out in the open. I also like that you can shop for different strains online because I saw that they were selling a strain called OG Donald Trump. I ordered it, I smoked it, and I tried to see if Dark Side of the Moon would sync up with a failing economy. It made me wonder if there were like any other kind of strains named after politicians, like maybe like a Joe Biden Kush. You know, you smoke it, you forget where you are, you shit your pants. You get so high, you start to think that a public option is a proper response to a bloodthirsty, for-profit Medicare system. County Sheriff. Already turned the other way. Have you ever done this? Have you ever spilled your bong on your carpet so many times in a row you think, geez, I should just fill my bong with carpet cleaner. You know, skip the middleman. How many times have you looked at a carpet full of bong water thinking, damn, I wish this was already carpet cleaner? I'm actually on the Weed Pen these days. The Weed Pen is great. It takes hours to spill, but it can still spill, so check your pockets. If you're not familiar, a Weed Pen is a little device that has a button on it, and if you hold the button down and you inhale for 5 seconds to 60 seconds, it doesn't matter, you're just high for the rest of your life, it seems. My Weed Pen has a special function on it where if you hit the button 3 times and then you take a draw, it turns everybody around you into a cop. Anybody. It could be anybody with slightly more authority than I hold. It's a cop. I can tell. If I hit it when I'm driving, any car behind me with extra shit sticking out becomes a cop. You know, anything. It could be a bike rack. It could be a security guard with lights on the top of their car. Just like, hide it. They don't just give those lights out to anybody. Hide it. They want to be a cop. You know, it could be an ambulance. I'm just like, they're friends with the cops. They're gonna tattle on me and they're gonna tattle on me their next softball game. A referee. It could be an employee of Foot Locker. You know, I'm just like, hide it. Sport cops. You know. I remember, you know how like when you're driving in your car, like you're listening to a song on the radio and it has sirens in it, and you get kind of freaked out. You're like, oh fuck, do I have meth on me? Like, are my plates expired? Something like that. I wonder if athletes feel that same sensation when they hear songs with whistles in them. Like they get all freaked out. They're like, oh, was I roughing the passer? You know, do I have any delay of game in my pocket? You know, but it was just the cha-cha slide. Yeah. Oh fuck, what the hell? This is the first time I've ever been heckled by a closed road. I've been heckled by a lot of stuff before. In fact, I am Detroit's most heckled comedian. I've been heckled by friends, enemies, trains, dogs. Got heckled by a dog once. I got heckled by myself one time, actually. It's tough because usually a big problem with doing stand-up behind the wheel is I can't go into the crowd. I can't roast the crowd for anything. I can't be like, hey, you in the front row, nice shirt. Where'd you get it? The fucking dumpster behind the bad clothing emporium? and show you the things I'm roasting out of my front window here. But boy, is there a lot of stuff to roast. Yeah, look at the graffiti. Nice graffiti, asshole. Where'd you fucking learn how to write? Hope everyone had a good New Year. I know I did. Hope you guys are sticking with your New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution this year was the same as it's been for the last 5 years. Lose to Mitch McConnell in a dying contest. My New Year's resolution didn't go too hot last year. Last year, my New Year's resolution was to find a cure for the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 that causes the COVID-19 disease that will cause a pandemic and furthermore a lockdown that will affect a lot of things. I was off by 1 glucose. I had it all, but I said no glucose, and then I gave up. Turns out the last ingredient I needed was just a little bit of glucose. Good to be here. My name is Brett. Not a great name, Brett. There's not too many good Bretts out there. I like to think of myself as good of Brett as I possibly can be, but to be honest, the bar is extremely low. I share a name, of course, with noted rapist Brett Ratner, noted rapist Brett Kavanaugh, noted murderer Brett Hankinson, the guy who murdered Breonna Taylor, who is not charged with murder. He's charged with something called wanton endangerment or something like that. Doesn't that sound like what Donald Trump calls the pandemic? You know, not a lot of good Bretts out there. I felt bad about that until I learned of another guy I share a name with. Not my first name, my last name, actually. I share a last name with a guy named Robert Mercer. Now, if you're not familiar with Robert Mercer, he is a Nazi billionaire who is spending money to make you a Nazi. Fucking Nazi! Spending money to make people storm the Capitol, read Breitbart. He's an evil fucking guy, one of the most evil people in America. But he's not like a super well-known evil guy. He's not like on the Mount Rushmore of evil people next to like Voldemort, Henry Kissinger, my math teacher from 3rd grade, or whatever. You know, he's underground. He's like an evil guy that only the fucking real evil heads know about. But you know, I'm hoping he doesn't have a good year this year. I'm hoping he doesn't blow up to the point where he's like synonymous with evil. You know, like Hitler is today. If he becomes the guy that's known for being evil, then I'm walking around like a guy called like, hey, Todd Hitler here. Nice to meet you. You know, please don't make the connection. It's oh shit. Or oh hey, my name's Frank Pol Pot, or something. Or oh hey, my name's Greg the Terrible. I don't know if you remember Ivan the Terrible from history class. I didn't know who he was until I started researching evil people for a joke I was writing. But apparently this Ivan the Terrible was pretty terrible. Here's how terrible Ivan the Terrible was. He was so terrible that the nickname stuck. For like 4,000 years, the nickname just stuck. Could you imagine having a nickname go for that fucking long? Like, could you imagine if people were still calling you the nickname that they called you in high school? People would still be calling me Dr. Eats Pussy Too Good. You know, that's what they used to call me in high school. That's the thing about high school. You eat one pussy too good and everyone knows you for that and they'll never fucking let it go. I gotta ask, is this a defund the police crowd or is this more of an abolitionist group? I think it's fun that the word defund has gotten so popular, even when it doesn't really apply to the situation. Like, for example, I saw a bumper sticker that says, defund Antifa. I don't know if they looked on their paycheck and saw that a percentage was taken to give to some anarchists fighting fascism. But because of the fact that abolish the police isn't as popular, they didn't go with abolish Antifa. They just want to take some of Antifa's resources and use it for maybe drug addiction counseling or a social worker. Maybe a social worker can come by and try to deplatform Nazis. All right, well, I'm about to be home, so thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the show.